Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler platter video series videos I do for the while now. We're going over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that, at the time I'm doing this, folks, my last review that I just got through doing, I brought up some Pokemon stuff. If you're like me and you came up with the original run of Pokemon, you're getting older, probably taking some Aleve or some ibuprofen on a pretty regular basis at this point in your life. Aches and pains. But you might also remember that back in the day, they went over there and they'd have these things that they called donuts for these little white triangles. Didn't really look like donuts. That's going to come into play. But anyway, yes, I'm going to go over there, I'm going to eat some stuff, I'm going to review it. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm inside my truck. And I'm wearing a cool shirt. Folks, when I wear a cool shirt, I like to highlight the shirt. What cool shirt am I wearing? Boom! It's one of my Nine Inch Nails shirts. Even though it doesn't say Nine Inch Nails, it says Nine Inch Nails on the back. But this is my Cold and Black and Infinite shirt from 2018 when I was fortunate enough to see them perform. It actually was a whole thing to make it happen just because I was super out of it at the time. I was dealing with an ankle injury. I was on painkillers to deal with that. And then I had to take the train to get to the venue. I ended up getting on the wrong train, so I had to walk for like 3 blocks to the venue. Took a little bit. But anyway, so I'm going to go over there, I'm going to eat some shit, I'm going to talk about it. That's the whole format. And like I said, has to do something with that triangle Pokemon thing, because folks, what are we trying for you today? Boom! It's Onigiri. Eel Onigiri, specifically. Yes, indeed, folks. So onigiri are these little Japanese rice triangle treats. Ha 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 ha. It's rice wrapped in seaweed, and then it's like stuffed with some sort of meat or some other thing, and that's how you get onigiri. I think I'm getting this right. Now, here's the thing. I love Japanese stuff. I've been aware of these. Never had one. But I happened to be near a Japanese marketplace, and I decided to stop off. I grabbed a few things. I saw these. I'm like, dude, I got to get in on some onigiri. Now, this is obviously brown rice instead of white rice. They did have the white rice ones. I thought about getting one, like a salmon one or a tuna one. But I love eel, man. It sounds weird, but trust me, if you've ever had eel, there's no way where it doesn't sound a little bit disgusting if you haven't had it. But if you get the opportunity, please give it a shot. It's super duper good. It's very savory, and it honestly kind of melts in your mouth a little bit. So when I saw that they had eel onigiri, so let's give this a shot, folks. Hopefully this will be, and it's not a donut. Let's emphasize that. It's not a donut. No matter what Pokemon tells you, those were not donuts. It smells definitely like Japanese food. It, kind of sushi-ish, because it's got the seaweed wrap and everything. Please be delicious. Instantly delicious. The rice is super good. Sushi rice, in general, is fantastic. It's like some of the highest quality rice you can get in the world. It's nice and sticky, so it goes over there and keeps its shape. Perfect platform. Then you have the delicious eel on the very top there, and it's fantastic. Describing eel, it's a seafood, so it has a somewhat seafood-like taste. But there's almost like a sweetness to it. It doesn't taste like any other seafood I've ever had. And I've had a lot of seafood in my day. So it doesn't have it does have something of a seafood taste. I wouldn't say it has like a particularly fishy taste. It has sort of an almost kind of sweet, savory, fishy taste. Seafoody taste. I meant to say seafood. It's super good, man. And it's one of those things where I could totally see, like, if I was fortunate enough where I lived in a situation where this was more readily available to me, because the Japanese marketplace is a little bit out of my way. But if I were living in Japan or, some place where this stuff was more ready, I could totally see going over there and just grabbing one of these, taking it with me as a nice savory snack, because it's super good. The seaweed is easy to bite through. And I say that as somebody who, somewhat notoriously, I do have issues biting through certain things. Like if they're too stringy or something, the way my teeth are, they don't quite come down to match where they're supposed to be. They're not messed up or anything. Like, I've been to the dentist numerous times. They don't quite get the clasp that other people seem to. So it can be difficult sometimes for me to chew through stuff like that. But this, it's cooked perfectly, or well prepared perfectly. Super easy to chew through. Gives it a little bit of a texture, a little bit of a taste. Seaweed definitely has a taste to it. I like it because it gives it kind of a fresh taste, or tastes a little bit of the sea, but it gives it like a nice fresh sort of, airy, by the seaside type of freshness. Now, I will say, you don't get a tremendous amount of eel. It's definitely all just at the top. And you can see, now I've sort of made my way through. It's more just focused up here. But this is super duper good. I'm really, really glad that I got this. Like, I'd actually already had a really nice lunch. I wasn't planning on grabbing any other food, but when I saw that they had these, I was like, I have to, man. I get to finally try a Pokemon donut after all these years. First time trying onigiri, I'm 100% down with this. I like this so much. I love the presentation. I love the taste. I love that it's got the eel. Like, if I were going to do it again, two things have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Yes. If I were going to get it again, I would try a different one, but I would eventually come back to the eel because I like I said, I just love eel. It's really good. But I think, I'd like to go through, because, like shrimp tempura and tuna and other ones, I'd like to give those a shot too. Maybe if I do one of like the more classic ones, again, the ones that look more like the donuts in Pokemon, maybe I'll go over there and do a review of one of those. Now, would I recommend it? Entirely depends on your if you're somebody who you don't like seafood, it's obviously not going to be for you. Even though I wouldn't say it has like a strong seafood taste, it's definitely seafood. No two ways about it. Eel it's different, but it's still seafood. So, if you're not familiar with Japanese food, it might not be the best thing to start out with, because, I think it's delicious, but at the same time, I could see people maybe being somewhat taken aback by the whole eel thing and everything. There's definitely dishes that are a bit more contemporary that you can kind of ease yourself into Japanese cuisine. But I think if you're somebody who you are already familiar with Japanese cuisine, maybe you haven't had onigiri before, at the very least, I can say that the eel one is fantastic, and I would definitely recommend it. But anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me on this one. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, you can go over there and have yourselves a truly donut-tastic rest of your life. Because, folks, hey, man, when I watched the original Pokemon as a little kid, yeah, they didn't look like donuts. I didn't understand it, but I was like, I guess they're donuts, because that's what they said. Tricking people with donuts, folks. That's what we're doing. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated, but you can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. Excuse me. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, there are days when that's easier. There's days when that's harder. There's days when it's damn near impossible. We find ourselves in situations all the time that can be very distressful, very Very stressful, very distressing. We can get frustrated, we can get angry, and we can be assholes. It's just human nature. It occurs. But it's important when we find ourselves in those situations, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there and you're going to, watch this video and you're going to find yourself a little Japanese marketplace that's around you. Maybe you're going to go out and you're going to try yourself some onigiri, as I have done here today. And maybe you're going to go over there and you're going to try it and it's going to be delicious. You're going to be like, you know what? I'm going to set right a wrong. You're going to go over there, you're going to spend the next 50 years developing time travel technology. You're going to make your way back into the 90s. And you're going to go over there and find the guys who did the English dub for the Pokemon anime. And you're going to go over there and be like, you're not going to call them donuts. You're going to call them onigiri because, damn it, Americans are not that stupid. Only problem is, at that point in time, we will have been so unfamiliar with any type of Japanese cuisine that we probably will be that, stupid, and will completely dismiss Pokemon entirely because we don't know what the fuck onigiri is. Then you have to go back in time again, stop yourself. It becomes a whole thing, folks. Just don't fuck with time travel. Or conversely, maybe just go over there. Hey, maybe if you can't go over there and maybe you don't have a marketplace near you that has onigiri, I'm sure there are some wonderful recipes here on YouTube that you could look up. All right? Bye.